The Philippines is a land of thousands of islands, hundreds of languages, and countless stories. But beyond its beauty and culture lies a treasure chest of myths, strange, fascinating, and sometimes downright shocking. Some of these myths come from ancient legends, others from modern urban tales, but all of them continue to shape Filipino life in surprising ways. Today, we're diving into 10 shocking myths only Filipinos believe, and some of them will leave you questioning what's real and what's just legend. Myth 1. The longest Christmas season in the world. For most countries, Christmas lasts a few weeks. But in the Philippines, the Christmas season is believed to start as early as September and last all the way until January. This is more than just a joke. It's a cultural myth that has become reality. Filipinos are known for their love of family gatherings, festive lights, and music. The moment the Burr months begin, September, October, November, December, malls start playing Christmas songs, streets hang lanterns, and families prepare for reunions. The myth says that no other country in the world celebrates Christmas this long. And the truth? It's actually true. Filipinos have embraced the title of the world's longest Christmas season, making it both a myth and a badge of pride. This shows how a simple cultural belief can grow into a national identity, a myth that Filipinos don't just believe, they live. Myth 2. The manananggal, a vampire that splits in half. One of the most terrifying myths in Philippine folklore is the manananggal. This creature is said to be a woman who at night splits her body in half, leaving her lower torso behind while her upper body flies into the air with huge bat-like wings. According to the myth, the manananggal hunts pregnant women, sucking the hearts of unborn children with its long, needle-like tongue. In rural areas, especially in Visayas, many people still fear this creature. Families place garlic, salt, or ash around their homes to protect themselves, believing these will repel the manananggal. What's shocking is not just the imagery of this myth, but how alive it still is today. Even in modern times, you can hear whispers of sightings, stories passed down through generations. Whether real or not, the manananggal shows how deep folklore still runs in Filipino culture. Myth 3. Mount Mayon's perfect shape was formed by the gods. Mount Mayon in Albay is famous for being the most perfectly symmetrical volcano in the world. But to many Filipinos, its shape isn't just natural. It's the result of a myth about gods and lovers. According to legend, Mayon was formed from the tragic love story of Daragang Magayon, a beautiful maiden. She fell in love with a warrior, but their love was doomed by conflict and betrayal. After their deaths, the gods shaped the land to honor her beauty, creating a mountain so symmetrical that it looked almost divine. This myth persists because when people see Mount Mayon, they can't help but feel it's too perfect to be an accident of nature. Science explains it through geology and volcanic activity, but many locals still see the mountain as sacred, a reminder of love, tragedy, and the gods' power. Myth 4. The Philippines has 7,641 islands. Or does it? For years, Filipinos grew up learning in school that the country had exactly 7,107 islands. That number was repeated so often, it became a national truth. But in 2016, the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority announced a new discovery. The Philippines actually has 7,641 islands. This revelation shocked many people. How could a country suddenly gain over 500 new islands? The myth of 7,107 still lingers today, with older generations insisting it's the real number. Some even believe the number of islands changes with the tides, as small islets appear and disappear. This myth shows how something as simple as geography can become legend. Even now, ask 10 Filipinos how many islands their country has, and you might get different answers. Myth 5. Balut is an aphrodisiac. Balut, the fertilized duck embryo eaten straight from the shell, is one of the Philippines' most famous street foods. But many Filipinos believe it's more than just food. They say it's an aphrodisiac, a source of strength, and even a cure for fatigue. The myth comes from its high protein content and the belief that eating something so exotic must have powerful effects. Some say it boosts sexual stamina, others claim it makes men stronger, and a few even argue it heals the sick. Science, of course, has no proof for these claims, but the myth endures because balut is such a unique cultural symbol. Tourists often try it for shock value, while locals eat it with salt and vinegar, laughing at its supposed powers. Balut is more than food. It's a myth wrapped in an eggshell. Myth 6. The White Lady of Balete Drive. In Quezon City, there's a road called Balete Drive, and for decades it has been haunted by one of the most famous myths in Philippine urban legend, the White Lady. According to stories, a pale woman dressed in white suddenly appears in the backseat of taxis and cars driving down the road at night. Some drivers claim they've seen her face in their rearview mirror, only for her to vanish moments later. The myth is so powerful that even people who don't believe in ghosts avoid Balete Drive after midnight. It has inspired countless horror movies, TV shows, and stories told at sleepovers. What makes it shocking is not whether the White Lady is real, but how deeply she has become embedded in Filipino imagination. For many, Balete Drive is not just a road, it's a reminder of how myths haunt daily life. Myth 7. Giant snakes in shopping malls. One of the strangest urban legends in the Philippines is the myth of giant snakes living under shopping malls, especially Robinson's Galleria in Manila. The story claims that a half-snake, half-human creature lurks beneath the mall, using secret tunnels to snatch shoppers, particularly beautiful women, who are never seen again. Some versions even say the snake was the twin of the mall owner, hidden away in the basement. This myth became so popular in the 1990s that it even involved celebrities, with rumors spreading about famous actresses being attacked. Of course, none of it was true, but it shows how quickly myths can spread in a country where word of mouth and storytelling are powerful forces. Even today, some Filipinos joke about avoiding certain fitting rooms, just in case. Myth 8. The Philippines is always poor. Another shocking myth is the belief that the Philippines will always be poor, forever dependent on foreign powers. This myth has been passed down through generations, fueled by colonial history, corruption, and inequality. But the reality is more complex. The Philippines is one of the fastest-growing economies in Asia, with a rising middle class, booming business process outsourcing industry, and millions of overseas workers sending money home. The myth persists because poverty is still visible, and many Filipinos struggle daily. But believing the Philippines is doomed ignores the resilience and potential of its people. This is less about folklore and more about mindset, a myth that can hold back progress if left unchallenged. Myth 9. All Filipinos speak the same language. Many outsiders, and even some Filipinos, believe the whole country speaks one language, Tagalog, or its standardized form, Filipino. But the myth hides the truth. The Philippines is home to over 170 distinct languages. Yes, Tagalog is the national language, and English is widely spoken. But travel to the Visayas or Mindanao, and you'll hear Cebuano, Hiligaynon, Waray, Tausug, and many more. These are not just dialects, they are full languages with unique grammar, vocabulary, and culture. This myth survives because of the dominance of Manila, where Tagalog is the norm. But in reality, the Philippines is a nation of many voices, making it one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world. Myth 10. The Philippines is always dependent on foreign powers. Finally, there is the myth that the Philippines cannot stand on its own, that it will always be at the mercy of stronger nations. This myth comes from its colonial past, from Spain to the U.S., and from its alliances in modern times. But history proves otherwise. Filipinos fought fiercely for independence, from the Katipunan revolutionaries to the defenders of Bataan. Even today, while the Philippines relies on allies, it has shown it can make independent decisions, from taking China to court in 2016 to strengthening its own defense industries to asserting its sovereignty in the South China Sea. This myth, like many others, is powerful because it contains a grain of truth, but it ignores the bigger picture. a country that has endured centuries of struggle yet continues to rise. From vampires that split in half, to ghosts haunting roads, to islands that appear and disappear, the myths of the Philippines reveal more than just stories. They show the fears, hopes, and beliefs of a people shaped by history and imagination. Some of these myths may be spooky, others humorous, and some deeply cultural, but all of them remind us that myths are not just tales of the past. They live on today, shaping identity and sparking conversations. So, which of these myths shocked you the most? Do you believe in the White Lady, or the manananggal, or maybe the giant snake under the mall? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the myths of the Philippines, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Philippines Uncovered for more untold stories and hidden truths.